Well, we'll start when I say welcome to Tell Me About It.
Oh, okay.
And that's when we start.
I didn't realize we were just having a normal conversation right here.
Yeah, we're
Oh,
just
okay.
recording it. Okay. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Welcome to Tell Me About It. This is the show where I interview various professionals to get insight into their daily lives on the job. I'm your host, Josiah Smith. Today I have James Lemings here, who is a front-end courtesy clerk at the Kroger family of grocery stores. Is that the correct?
Kroger family. Yeah.
The Kroger family.
That's what they like to rope us in as, is a family.
Okay. So the front-end courtesy clerk at Kroger family. So James, thank you for coming on. I appreciate you taking the time. Go ahead and give me just like a really quick, if I'm browsing Indeed, what is the description that it gives for front-end courtesy clerk?
So the two main things you'll see on there is grocery bagger and cart pusher,
Okay.
which is pretty self-explanatory. I have to go out to the parking lot and grab carts and push them back into the store and put them in the giant corrals that are out in front. And then bagging groceries is even more self-explanatory. You know, you just bag people's groceries accordingly and smartly. You don't want to put like cold items with warm items, so you got to bag accordingly.
Is that just something that you feel out, or do they like train you on how to bag groceries?
They did train me on that. That was
Really?
part of my training that I had at the I don't remember what fries it was. It was over by the Big Two Toyota
Okay. Yeah.
in Chandler, I think it was. It was a pretty far out store. It was a big training facility store, like upstairs and all that. And part of the training for like 2 hours was learning how to properly bag the plastic bags and the paper bags, knowing what to put on the bottom, starting at the top with the paper, and then knowing what to put in the bags and how heavy to make the bags as well.
Wow. Okay. Give me something there. That's not something I've ever considered. Usually you just think like they're just going to bag it in the order that it comes through. And I know that like common sense says don't put bananas next to ice cream, but give me a little bit of that detail on how the bag arrangement is supposed to go.
So with the paper bags, they want you to stack the heavy items on the bottom. So like if I have a big group of like cans coming in, like Chef Boyardee, for example, I put those on the bottom and then I just go heaviest to lightest. So then like let's say bread and chips would sit nicely on top of the heavy bag on the bottom, and you just pick it up from the bottom and it makes it easier to put in the cart.
Okay.
And then it's the same with the grocery bag, or the plastic bags, I should say. When you get those, you want to square it out as best as you can. So let's say I have some more cans, I'll stand them up in like a row.
Okay.
And then let's say I have like more than 6 in there, I'll take it off and put it in another bag, so it makes it more safe and
Double bag
secure.
it, yeah.
And then chips and eggs and bread, I always bag separately because, and then I put them up at the top of the cart where the child would sit. And then sometimes if there's not enough bread or eggs to bag separately, I'll put the eggs and then the bread on top of that, or eggs and then chips.
Okay.
And then sometimes I can put bread and then chips together standing up, and that makes it pretty helpful as well. Most people appreciate that. But there's a shocking number of things that you don't bag.
Let's hear it.
And there's a shocking number of things people have asked me to bag.
Okay.
So people have come through the line at the store with a 6-pack of, let's just say, Bud Light, and it has the handle on it, and then they ask me to bag it. And I don't question it because, you know, I'd probably ask.
Customer's always right.
Yeah, customer is always right. It's a little frustrating sometimes. But I've gotten people that have asked me to, like the big rolls of paper towels, they've asked me to put one end in the bag. And I'm like, what purpose is that going to serve?
Yeah.
I don't really ask that, but I'm just like, it's not really going to serve a good purpose for you to do that. But they want it anyway. So, and then clothes are the easiest to do because I used to work for a clothing store. So I know how to properly fold them and get all the clothes into one singular bag.
Nice.
So that's always super easy.
Yeah. Yeah. So what kind of like training do they put you through? So obviously like they show you how to bag, but like what are the trainings that you have to go through in order to do the job?
So it wasn't really like hands-on training. Like I didn't go to the store and like have a test run process. other departments would have that, but mine was really just sitting in one of the training rooms and just going through the videos. There were videos on um, dress codes, bagging, customer service, typical like sexual harassment stuff and all that.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had to take tests at the end on everything I learned, and then if I
Okay.
passed, I moved on to the next one. And that I think it took about like 7 or 8 hours
Okay.
to get through that. Um, and then
Is that like day one of your job? Like, hey, you've been hired. Come on in. Now sit at this computer for 8 hours and
yeah,
knock out all these.
so technically, April 17th of this year was my first day working for Fry's, which was just
Okay.
training. And then
Okay.
the following day, I had to go into the store and talk to my manager
Okay.
and get an actual schedule because I wasn't in the app yet to
Okay.
receive my schedule.
Mm-hmm.
And then my actual start date, like first day working in the store, was April 21st.
Okay.
So there was like that little couple day grace period before I started my job.
Gotcha. Talk about that schedule a little bit. That app, is it the same as like the app that we have on our phones to order our groceries and stuff, or do you have like a specific employee app that you go through?
It's a separate app. It's called UKG Pro.
Okay.
A couple different companies use it. My dad's company uses it.
Oh,
So
okay.
you can clock in on the app. You can view your schedule. You can ask for days off on the app, which is super helpful.
Mm-hmm.
So like anytime we're planning something and you give me a date, I can just go into my phone immediately and ask for it off.
Oh, that's cool.
And then there's a lot of other things you can do. You can check your pay stubs on there. You can manage your schedule. Like I can go in right now and just change my schedule to any available free hours.
Oh, cool.
The app is a little buggy sometimes though.
Okay.
It is a little frustrating to navigate. But we have a separate app as well, another one called the Feed app.
Mm-hmm.
So occasionally we'll have like little refresher courses that we have to take. It's called Fresh Start.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be like I had one a couple of days ago. I had to take a course on customer satisfaction.
Okay.
It gave me a couple questions. A customer is lost in the aisle and you notice it. What's the first thing you do? And the
Okay.
options are like you help them or you walk away. It's typical.
What's the correct answer?
Yeah, it's typical stuff. It's like, do I help the guy or do I just walk away?
Yeah.
So it's stuff like that, and then I get emails from HR departments on
Okay.
there. The president of Fry's will send out announcements on that as well. But the real main use for it is the Fresh Start tests. You
Mm-hmm.
can check your pay stubs on the Feed app too, but most people just do it on the UKG Pro.
Yeah. Okay.
But UKG Pro can get a little iffy sometimes, so a lot of I personally will
It's like a backup. Like,
Yeah.
UKG's down. I'll check my stub on the feed.
I'll go to the Feed app most of the time because it will have more accurate, or not accurate, I should say, more information on my pay stubs, and it can show me as far back as to when I've been hired.
Okay.
So yeah, the Feed app is great, but when they start bugging you to do those Fresh Start tests, it's really annoying because you forget about them and they start stacking up.
And do you do them like on your off hours, or do you wait till you clock in and you're at the store and like, oh, gotta go do some fresh starts?
I have to do it at when I clock in.
Okay.
So the way it works when you walk in the store, there's 2 tablets where you can clock in, but you can clock in on your phone as well. So I
Okay.
usually do it on my phone, and then the registers, it starts at 6 and goes all the way to 12. And register 6 is where the managers will keep their stuff and employees can keep like things that they've bought.
Oh, okay.
So we're usually told to do it right there, like at the register, so nobody thinks we're like on the clock and ready to help them.
Okay.
So, but they
Yeah.
usually take, depending on the test and how much you have to read, could take 20 to 30 minutes
Okay.
because some of them you got to read like this PDF file that has all the information on it, and you got to take a test based on what you read, or you got to watch a video and then test on that.
Okay. Does management ever get onto you if you like clock in and you're like, I've got 4 fresh starts I got to do. It's going to take me an hour before I can start bagging or pushing carts?
It really depends on the manager and
Okay.
the type of day
Okay.
we're having. If it's like super busy and the managers see that you're clearly taking more time than usual to do the fresh start, they do get a little frustrated with that.
Sure.
Because it's like, we're super busy right now,
Yeah.
and there's like one person on the front. We have 4 registers open, and you're just over here on your phone. Like,
Yeah.
doing
Not a
it.
good look for, yeah.
A lot of people like to complain when they see us doing that because they think we're just on our phones doing whatever. I think it was
You mean like customers complaining?
Yeah.
Like, oh, look at James. I had to bag my own groceries and he's sitting there on his phone.
Yeah, it was a couple weeks ago actually. One of my coworkers was doing a fresh start, and he had a couple because he had been out a couple weeks,
Mm-hmm.
or not a couple weeks. He had been out a week, I think it was. He was on vacation,
Mm-hmm.
so he had a couple to do, and a customer went up to one of my front end managers, which are different than managers. We'll get into that a little later.
Sure.
Went up to one of the front end managers and was like, "That kid over there is just on his phone," and there was no indication that he even worked there. He could have just been a customer that was just standing right there
Oh
doing
wow.
something. And so the manager was like, he's doing something store related.
Yeah.
And he's just like, oh, well, it's just a bad look for the store. And when he walked away, I went up to the manager and I was like, why does someone just need to assume that you're not doing your job?
Right. Yeah.
And it's so frustrating because assuming that like that said coworker was in the store on his phone doing something else and they found it, who knows that he also isn't doing something on his phone related to the
Right.
store. He could
Right.
have been on the app looking for something because he wasn't sure what aisle it was on.
Right.
Anytime a customer complains about a coworker doing something, it always frustrates me because you never know what that person working could be doing.
Sure.
What they're doing could have been something a manager told them to do.
Right.
But I do understand to a point where some people come from with the complaints because, it would be frustrating if you just saw
If they're lost in the aisle and they look
Yeah.
up and they see an employee on their
yeah,
phone
and
instead
they're
of
on
helping
their
them.
they're on their phone. You're just
Yeah.
assuming, well, what's that guy doing?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Tell me where front end courtesy clerk fits in organizational chart. Like who do you directly report to? Are you over anybody in that position? And then maybe go a couple levels up so we can kind of get a picture of where you're at on the food chain.
It's funny. That's the next question because when I was listening to the last podcast, I was hearing Thomas say that he worked for a grocery store as well.
Okay. Yeah.
Courtesy clerk is actually the lowest position at my store.
First position, not lowest.
Oh, yeah, it's the first position. It's the first position. Courtesy clerks are the least paid as well.
Okay.
We make $14.70 an hour. That's the standard minimum wage.
Mm-hmm.
And then I would directly report to my front end managers. So if you ever go into a Fry's and you see someone walking around with a red vest on,
Mm-hmm.
they're an assistant front end manager or an actual front end manager.
Okay.
So I report to whatever front end manager is there, assistant or not.
Mm-hmm.
And then it would be probably the assistant store managers, which we have 4 of, and then
Okay.
the store manager.
Okay.
So those are, but I usually don't talk to the assistant store managers or the actual store manager.
Mm-hmm.
I go through the front end managers and then they'll take it up if they need to.
If it has to, yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, gotcha. So then give me the breakdown. You said a minute ago that you were gonna get into it. So we've got front end managers. I assume there's back end manager as well.
What do you mean back end manager?
Well, if there's a front end manager, I don't know. I would just guess back end or like in the back of the back. Is it like just by position in the store? So front end, cash registers, checkouts, like that whole area they're over.
The front end managers are, if they need to be, in charge of the back, but the rest of the store, other departments have manager heads. So like produce has a manager head,
Okay.
seafood
Okay.
department,
Gotcha.
meat department, apparel has a manager head.
Okay.
But the people that would really manage the back would be the overnight people that come in.
Okay.
So like my mom is one of the overnight people that works there. She's not a manager, but she reports to someone who has to make sure all of the groceries are come in and checked and brought into the store. So yeah, there are people further back that manage, but that's more overnight stuff.
Okay. Gotcha. So tell me about like collaboration. Do you pretty much just lone wolf it with your front end courtesy clerk, or do you work together to finish tasks, or are you given many tasks other than bagging and cart pushing?
It also depends on the day. My job, the main 2 things are carts and bagging, and everything else is really just if it's necessary.
Okay.
Which it has started to become as it's gotten busier in the stores.
Okay.
So when we do carts, they're broken up into 30-minute increments. So like from 1 to 1:30, I'm outside with someone else.
Okay.
That happens often, but when it gets to like 7 or 8 o'clock, when people start going home, that's when it's just me out there or
Okay.
someone else that still happens to be working.
Mm-hmm.
When most people go home at 8, so 10 o'clock, I'm the only one that's working. So,
Okay.
but other than that, during the day, there is backstock to do, which is or no, sorry, they're called go backs. Back
Uh-huh.
stocks, we'll get into in a minute. Go backs are just, there's this rack in front of the ice machine or next to the ice machine,
Mm-hmm.
and there's little hand baskets that are labeled aisles. And if a
Okay.
customer comes through the line and says, "Oh, I don't want this flour anymore,"
Mm-hmm.
I have to go put it in the correct bin of where it would go on the aisle. And then if it gets
Okay.
too overflowed, a manager will call someone over and take like 4 or 5 baskets and have them go run it back to
Go
the
put all the stuff
aisles.
back on the shelves.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then
And
it's
do you just have those aisles memorized then? Like you're like, oh, I don't want this flour, and you're like, oh, that's aisle K or whatever, and just toss it in the basket.
I'm working on that.
Okay.
It's very difficult to remember where exactly everything
Sure.
is
Stores are huge.
because like aisle 5 is candy and like trail mix and all that, but there's also other stuff on that that isn't listed like above,
Sure. Right.
like on the list of things.
Yeah.
So like I'll be looking at something, I'm like, where does this go? And like, oh, it goes on aisle 5, but it's not listed above.
Like
So
this
it's
is not candy or trail mix.
so it's
How-
so
how
it's
would I know?
frustrating.
Yeah.
But the baskets that have the aisles on them, like aisle 5, will then list what it has according to
okay.
the giant sign hanging above it.
Gotcha.
So that does make it a little easier. And then we have these things called zebras,
Mm-hmm.
which you can scan. It does many other features, but I don't really know what they do.
Okay.
I only use it to scan to see what aisle it's on.
Okay.
And it's really cool because it'll tell you the aisle, if it's on the left or the right side, the shelf, and then the shelf number as
Oh,
well.
wow.
So
Okay.
it'll go like flour, let's just say aisle 14, left side, shelf 2, and then bay 4, which you're broken up into
Yeah.
bays.
Yeah,
There's
where you
1,
slot
2,
the items.
3, 4. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
where you slot the items. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Is that the little gun thing that they like people you see them carrying around, the little gun scanner with the looks like a fancy calculator essentially.
only the pickup people have those. We have the handheld ones that have the little strap that you put on your hand and you can like look at it and hold it.
Oh, okay.
I wish we had the like the gun style ones.
Yeah.
Those ones are cool because
Yeah.
you're just like boom.
Yeah.
I've used that a couple of times and I'm like I feel like James Bond.
Yeah.
You know, I spin it on my finger. And it's
Right.
like, oh yeah.
Yeah, feeling good. Feeling
Yeah.
good. Feeling dangerous.
Yeah. Damages are really fun to do. So damages is pretty self-explanatory. It's anything that's opened or contaminated that cannot be sold anymore.
Okay.
And there's a difference between damaged items and not for resale items. So like let's say there's a can of green beans that's dented, that's considered damaged, but it'll go to the back on the home receiving end. So it's kind of funny because then my mom will come in, look through all of those damages, decides what gets tossed out as a loss, and then what can be reduced. So if you
Okay.
ever see a reduced sticker at Fry's, that's because there was something wrong with the item. Like it could have been crunched a little bit, it could have been dented,
The
but
packaging usually
Yeah.
yeah, aesthetic essentially.
it's still sellable.
Yeah.
But we sell it at a reduced cost.
Yeah.
But like if I'm trying to think of a recent example. Oh, there were some cup olives that we had that was slashed open, and you can't just tape that up and put it back on the
Right.
shelf. So we have to print out these stickers that go scan out as a known loss.
Okay.
And then we have to write that down and then report it back to the distributor that we had a damaged item.
Oh, okay.
And there are different areas where all of the damaged items go. So like a lot of the dry items like cans, boxed stuff, and home apparel stuff will all go on the home receiving end.
Okay.
Ice cream, milk, yogurts will all go in the frozen dairy cooler. Well, not frozen, the dairy cooler. Like, you know, when you open the door and you can see in the back.
Yeah.
There's a door right there that you open, and then there's a little bucket right there, and you just toss it
just
in
throw
there.
it in there.
Well,
Okay.
you make it nice, or else
Sure.
Frank gets mad at you because he's like, "Dude, there's
Shout
milk."
out, Frank.
He's like, "Dude, there's milk everywhere." Yeah, shout out Frank. He's like, "Dude, there's milk everywhere." I'm like, "I'm sorry."
Yeah.
And then the frozen stuff, like ice cream, dinners, pizzas, all have to go directly in the freezer on another little shelf.
Okay.
Like that one's bigger because we have a lot of damaged frozen. I don't know why I blanked on that.
That's
right
interesting
there.
that you don't just like go toss them in the dumpster if they're damaged, or is that what Frank does? Does he look at it and be like, "Oh, this is all
Oh, no.
damaged stuff. It's got to go"? Or
Frank was just in charge of the dairy.
oh, okay.
I don't know who's in charge of the frozen actual stuff. But it has to be looked at and then scanned that it was a damage, because then the company that sent it over is going to look at it and be like, why is there, we sent over this many and then only this many came back as purchased, where the other ones.
Gotcha. Okay.
And then seafood has a very separate damage department.
Sure.
Because you're dealing with raw fish and raw beef, so you have to take that into the seafood department. You have to go through another set of doors, and then all the way in the back there's this tray that you put the damaged stuff in, and it just looks like a pile of like Resident Evil food because most of it is like old or expired, or it's like trying to crawl out.
Yeah.
Someone made the mistake of, because usually when you're on a register, actually not usually, you're supposed to, if you get something that's frozen or cold that is a damage or it comes from somewhere, you're supposed to take it back immediately.
Okay.
So like eggs, produce, because produce will start rotting. We'll get to that one in a second.
Yeah.
Meat, eggs, frozen, anything, because it can melt. And a couple weeks ago, someone forgot to bring the damaged ground turkey back. And so one of my managers, Joshua, he handed it to me and he goes, "Can you take this back?" And I go, "Yeah." And I'm looking at it and it's gray.
Oh.
The meat is gray.
Oh my gosh.
And I hand it to the guy in the meat, and I'm like, "This is a damage." He goes, "How long was this out?" I'm like, "I don't know, man." I said,
No
I just got here. I said, "It could have been here since the morning."
Yeah.
And then produce. Actually, no, bakery is first. Bakery is where it's always confusing with bakery what they get and what they don't get. So any like baked good that they made will go there, and then they share one with deli as well. So it's a table that's broken up. So like one half is bakery and then the other half is the deli. But the people that work back there are usually the same people working every day, so they'll just directly grab it from you and then fix it.
How often is like bread considered damaged? Is it like the customer looks at it and they're like, "Oh, someone poked this baguette and there's a hole in it, I don't want it"? Like there's mold on this thing? I would imagine like
the number ones we get are mold.
Okay.
Which is very disparaging to the customer. We've had a couple people that have just said they're going to go to a different store to get the bread, and we gotta. Well, I don't have to. That's not my responsibility.
Yeah.
But they got to get on the people in the bakery. It's like, we can't be allowing the mold.
Yeah.
But if it's like Sara Lee that has some mold on it, that's something you got to take up with like the distributor. That's not really on us.
Right.
Per se.
Yeah.
But at Fry's, you can fresh cut your bread, or you can buy a baguette that comes in a bag with an open top. And some people have dropped it and the bread has fallen out. And so they're like, well,
I don't want to buy this. It was on the floor.
Yeah, I want to get another one, which is totally okay. So then I got to take that to the damage.
And then it becomes croutons.
Yes. What's dropped on the floor just becomes something else for someone. The produce is what's really fun. Fry's does this thing called cow chow. So anything that's damaged that's not old or moldy will go into this giant bin called cow chow. And at the end of the night, somebody will come pick it up, and it will go to the local farms to help feed cows, pigs, and sheep, and all that.
Okay.
It's kind of like
it's a reducing waste thing.
Yeah.
That's cool.
100%, yeah.
Yeah.
And like molded items, or like if someone drops like a watermelon and it bursts open, that goes into the cow chow.
Okay, yeah.
But if someone comes through the line and the strawberry has some mold on it, that's scanned out as a loss and then usually just thrown right away by the produce people.
Does the cow chow stuff get written off as a donation?
I actually
don't know.
I'm not sure about that one. I'm sure it does. It's
Yeah.
probably a good write-off.
Yeah, I'd
for,
imagine
for
so.
Fry's. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's also, where the Fry's I'm at is Chandler Heights and Higley Road, so it's over by Seville.
Okay.
So there are a couple of farms. If you go out a little bit further, just empty fields, and it's also good. What's the word I'm looking for? For compost.
Oh yeah.
It's good to put in the compost and then lay out to help the ground and all that.
Yeah, sure.
So the cow chow was definitely fun to deal with, especially when they put me on maintenance department. That one, it's really fun to do that one, because the produce people will leave the trash can of stuff to go, and I go through it and I decide what goes into the giant trash compactor.
Oh yeah,
and then,
fun.
And then what goes into the cow chow.
You ever get to operate the trash compactor?
Yeah, I do actually.
Really? Is that a special licensing thing, or you can just do it?
It's an age thing.
Okay.
So this is kind of like I'm doing two jobs sometimes at once. So you're getting two jobs right now.
Great.
September through actually August through September, we lost one of our maintenance guys.
Okay.
He didn't die. When I tell people we
I was
lost
like,
him,
so sorry for your loss.
when I tell people we lost him, they're like, he died. I'm like, no. I said he
Oh
just
my
went.
gosh.
He went to Flagstaff. He's going to school.
He's gone. We can't find him. We lost him.
Yeah, he's just gone. I was one of the only, like one of 4 people that had open availability till 10 o'clock because I
Okay.
work with a lot of people who are still in school.
Uh-huh.
So it was me and then 3 other guys that were usually the closers, but it was me and one guy, Colin, who usually closed together. So August through September, I would be scheduled like 4 to 10 almost every single day, and so would he. And then one night I would be in charge of the courtesy clerk stuff, and then one night he would be in charge, or then he'd be in charge of maintenance, and then it'd swap the next day. But we're gonna talk about the swap where I'm on maintenance.
Yeah.
because
Yeah,
that
let it
one
rip.
because that one's fun.
Yeah.
So I wasn't able to do everything on maintenance because like I said, the maintenance or the courtesy clerks is the first position in the store.
First position.
First
Yeah.
position. So the maintenance guys make more than me. They're a higher position than me.
Okay.
So I wasn't technically allowed to do everything they did without accepting that pay raise, which is
Okay.
literally just like 50 cents more.
Sure.
So it's like 15, 20 an
But
hour.
you got to do the fun stuff.
I got to do the fun stuff. Yeah. It's nice I didn't get to do everything because I got to avoid cleaning the toilets.
Hey, there
and
you
they
go.
were pretty nasty. But no, maintenance is pretty fun. I was in charge of hourly store sweeps. So like if I came in at 4 when I clocked in, I would grab the big push broom.
Yeah.
And I would just walk about the store. And I would grab a walkie. And then since I'm still a front end courtesy clerk, I would then walkie the manager, front end manager at the front, and be like, "Hey, doing 4 o'clock store sweep." And then I'd have the radio as well for if anyone, spill in aisle 25,
Yeah,
maintenance
nice.
cart required. But that one, the maintenance has definitely been a good position to have, especially learning different power tools as well. I learned how to use a Kaivac, which is just this big machine that you put water into, and then you turn it on, and it will take the water, squirt it on top of the spill, whatever you have, and then run it over with this big vacuum, and it will just suck it right up, and then
Cool.
it'll just dry it right then too.
Cool.
It is really cool.
Yeah.
And then I'm in charge of the trash. So we have 3 big trash cans outside, and I have to take those out and empty them. They usually don't get very full. I found the most shocking thing was they don't get full very quickly. Like when I clocked in at 4 one time, I looked at the trash and it was full. So I emptied all 3, and then like I worked 4 to 10. I went back out there at like 7, I think, and it's still like they weren't even half full. And I was like, cool.
Yeah. Easy.
And then I got to do the trash on the front end as well. So we have a big recycling one, which is meant for plastic bags that are broken or just anyone's recycled plastic bags. We encourage the recycling. And then there's a trash can over by the first self-checkout, and then there's one by the second self-checkout.
Okay. Yeah.
So the Fry's I work at has a middle door. There's the entrance that gets you to the produce, the entrance that'll get you to the home, and then the middle where you're supposed to exit
Oh, okay.
when
Yeah.
you're done
Yeah,
with the
yeah.
registers. But if you walk in through the middle doors, on the left side there will be self-checkout, and then the right side there will be self-checkout, and then you're met with the registers.
The registers. Yeah. Yeah.
And then there's one trash can on each side with the registers, and then I gotta take out the bathroom trash. The men's and women's bathroom trash don't really get that full. There's 3 cans. When you wash your hands, there's the hole in the granite countertop that you can toss it in, and then there's just an open one. So I'll usually empty it right when I get there to then mark that I've done it, and then I'll wait till the end of the night to empty it again. But I will go in there and do some maintenance because you have to mark your name and then what time you did bathroom check.
Okay.
And I'm not going to go in there and just lie that I did bathroom check.
Sure.
So I'll always go in there and I'll find something to clean up in there, something that looks a little messy. I'll wipe down the counter.
Yeah.
And then I'll write under the day, JL, and then the time that I checked.
Okay.
They're supposed to be hourly ones. So like at 7 o'clock, I'll go in at like 7:30, wipe something down.
It's like that grid sheet that's hanging on the back of the bathroom door when we walk in. Is that where you're?
Yeah,
fixing it?
it's in a sheet protector, and I got to pull it out.
Okay, yeah.
Find the date and the time, mark my name, mark the time I checked, and then sign off. And then a manager will come in at the end of the night and sign off on everything.
Okay.
But
Gotcha.
the women's bathroom is a little tricky. I usually wait till it's a slow moment in the store, and I'll go to the bathroom and I'll open it a little bit and I'll knock and I'll go maintenance and then anyone in here. And if there's not, I'll quickly go in there, clean something up, and then mark and then leave. And then I do family restroom trash, associate bathroom trash, which is in the back.
Okay. Yeah.
And then I don't have to do all the trashes because most of them don't get very full.
Sure.
So like there's the trash over by Starbucks, there's a trash can over at Apparel, there's one at the service desk, but they usually don't get very full. So I let the managers know that I checked them and they're good, and they're like, all right, it's cool with me.
Yeah. It's kind of crazy that you just like named where all of the trash cans are in the store and like how many there are. I couldn't guess, like how many trash cans there are. And you're like, yeah, there's one here, one here, one here. It's really impressive.
I guess you could say I'm a little trashy.
A little trashy guy.
That was more of a jab on myself. I don't know where I thought I was going with that one. But we have these giant trash bags because they're like, you've seen like the dumpsters.
Yeah.
It's like what we have, and you take the big trash bag and you got to like unfold it and then stick your hand in it and blow it.
The big parachute.
Yeah, parachute it and then stick it in. The outside trashes are difficult because if you just put it in at face and then try to put it back, because we don't just leave the cans out. They're in like this cylinder rock thing that makes it look more aesthetically pleasing. And you put another like dome kind of lid on it. You can't just put that on there and put the bag in it and then put it in because it'll start to fluff up because of the sides. It just pushes it up.
Right.
So you got to rip it a little bit and then tie it together so it'll stick around I was going to say all sides, but a circle doesn't have a side.
Circle, yeah.
It'll just stick to the
circumference of the circle.
Yes.
Yeah.
The inside trashes are fun to do, which is probably going to sound pretty sad. It's really fun to take out the trash.
No, I love it. It's awesome.
It's the trash can where you like push it open with your hand and then you drop it and then you take it out. So I take that lid off.
Okay.
And then I grab the bag out. So on each side there are these two half circles that go up and then they go down.
Okay.
So I got to lift those up, take the bag, tie it together, and then I take the new bag, I put it all the way down at the bottom, I leave enough room, and then I pull up the two half circles, and then whatever part of the trash bag is overlapping that, I fold it in on itself and then push it back down.
Okay.
So then that way the half circles help keep it attached to the side.
Yeah.
And it's super easy and it's super cool because then I just stick my hand in and spread it out.
Yep.
And then it makes a nice big trash can.
Yeah.
And then all of the trash, I usually grab a big shopping cart. It can fit about 5 or 6 of those trash bags, depending on how full they are. And then I take them to the back. There's this big trash compactor, and there's these 2 big cardboard holding things that we got a produce in one time, and they've just been sitting there for years as the big trash can.
Nice.
So I toss them in there, and then usually around 8 or 9 when I close, one of the assistant store managers will radio me, James, time for trash. So, and then,
yes.
Yeah, trash time. And then everyone that has a walkie in that store gets that message. So then the produce people come by with their trash, seafood people, bakery people, apparel will bring some trash that they have. And then they open it, and there's just this big slide that goes down, and you toss the trash in there. And then if it gets too full, you close it, and then you push this big green button, and it will start squishing it. You can hear it. It's pretty cool.
How satisfying is the button to press?
It is really satisfying because you get to push it. You got to push it real hard.
Yeah, nice.
Because then the longer and the harder you keep it on, the PSI will keep going up on how much it's compressing it. I actually don't know where the big blocks of trash go. I've tried to figure it out, but I don't know where they go.
Nobody knows.
Nobody knows where they go. They're just there must be just like in a fire down there.
They just get compressed into nothing.
Yeah, they're incinerated, and then the smoke just goes up into the air. It's just there's always something on fire back there.
Yeah.
But some of the stuff doesn't get put in a trash bag. So when the dairy department comes through with their trash, they just have like the big green bucket. And there's just like damaged eggs, damaged milk. So that's always fun because I sometimes will pick it up one by one and then like just throw it.
Just throwing eggs.
And it's really fun. It helps get the anger out a little.
Sure.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Don't want to be too violent towards the damaged goods.
Sure.
But you throw the eggs and they'll hit the wall and they'll splat.
Big splat.
And it doesn't even make a difference because it's already disgusting in there.
Trash. Yeah.
The most frustrating part I'd say about doing the trash is the trash juices.
Oof.
You do get some weird juice on you.
I bet.
That's part of the reason I stopped wearing like my work shorts out of the house somewhere, because I'm like, I get this like weird mysterious trash juices on them.
Yeah.
So I don't know what this is. It's coming from like this Dunkin' cup, and the liquid is not like coffee colored. And I'm like, what's going on in this cup, guys?
Oh,
The worst was a couple weeks ago. I was taking out the trash on the front and I picked it up, and I didn't realize that it was leaking until I put it in the shopping cart, and there's like this weird brown sludge going down my leg, and I'm like, oh my goodness. And I'm like, guys, I gotta take 5. I gotta go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
The produce people, whatever damage they have, they'll usually leave it in a big cardboard box, so I can just take that and then just huck it right in there.
Okay. Yeah.
Sometimes I like to pretend I'm Michael Jordan, and I'm shooting the game-winning shot, and I'm just throwing stuff in there.
Yeah.
We have this giant wooden trash pusher. It's literally labeled trash pusher.
Love it.
And I would say it's probably like 8 feet tall.
Okay.
And it has red duct tape around the handle. Literally in all caps, handle.
Nice.
And then there's the trash side, which you don't want to look at or even touch. There's like years of trash that have touched that thing. It's disgusting. So
it's just like a big pole?
Yeah, it's like a big wooden pole.
Okay.
That was just dedicated to pushing trash.
Pushing trash.
We had a smaller one, but somebody, when they were pushing trash, pushed a little too hard and let go of the trash pusher, and it fell
lost into the ether.
Yeah, and it fell. Yeah, who knows where it goes? It's just it's a portal that just takes it somewhere.
Yeah.
But with the big trash pusher, it's 8 feet tall, and the hallway is not 8 feet long.
Right.
So you got to make sure no one's around, and so you have like this like 5'8" guy like me holding this big thing, and I'm like holding it like I'm
pole vaulter.
like I'm Hercules, like holding a lightning bolt. I'm like, get in there, and then some guy comes around the corner, he's like, what are you doing? I'm just doing the trash.
It's just the trash, man. Let me enjoy the trash.
Let me enjoy my trash time. All right, guys,
Yeah.
come on. Why are we hating right now? And then when that's done, there's a lot of produce that will fall out, like just little things like onion skin. Some cilantro will fall out every now and then, carrot tops. So I got to take a broom, sweep that up, and then use the big push broom and then push it towards the maintenance corner, where it then mysteriously stays. I one time asked, I was like, do you guys want me to like sweep this up and like take it out? And they're like, oh no, you can just leave it there. I don't know if that was a test the whole time, and if they're secretly watching me do that.
Yeah, and they marked out. We needed help. He walked away.
Yeah, we gave him subtle hints that we wanted him to actually take it out, and he didn't. Write that down. But no, I usually will just take the push broom and put it. There's like a big pile of trash that's already there for me. And I just leave it there. You'd be shocked at like the amount of stuff you don't see on the floor of a grocery store.
Really?
So like I can do an entire store sweep and not pick up anything big or major, but then still have like this big pile of like dust and like debris, like small stuff.
Yeah.
Like I shook it off one time, like I shook the broom and I was like, I didn't even see this when I was walking. I said, I was just pushing.
Yeah.
And it was like, I didn't even see anything.
It accumulates as you go up and down every aisle.
Yeah. It's frustrating though, because there are some things that you start pushing and you go to turn the aisle. Like I one time had this rolled up ball of paper and I went to turn the corner with it and the paper started rolling with it. And by the time I got to the other aisle, it was just gone.
You lost
and
it.
I turned around and I'm like, really?
Yeah.
And then it was like a moment of self-realization. It's like, do I just leave it or do I just keep walking? Do I leave it or do I just grab it?
I ended up somebody like, here, hold my broom. I have to go find a piece of paper.
I ended up grabbing it. It's there are some things that I do miss that I don't even realize. Like it's the next like sweep, and I'm like, was that there before? Like it's really like hidden. Did I even see that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really it for the maintenance.
That's maintenance. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're not doing that anymore. They since hired somebody to replace the guy we lost.
Someone did get hired, yes, but last week one of the guys was taking a vacation, so I checked my schedule and I have 2 days, 4 to 10, and it's
maintenance, yes,
and it's labeled front end courtesy clerk / utility clerk.
Let's go.
So now I'm officially like the guy on deck along with Colin for if a maintenance guy calls out or can't show up. It's like, and I'm working that day. It's like, hey James, welcome in. You're doing maintenance today, and I'm like,
you're like, cool,
let's go.
Yeah. Okay, so talk about pushing carts then. You painted the picture pretty well of inside the store. Talk about cart pushing. First, let me ask you this. We all go to the grocery store. We park somewhere, get our groceries, go unload, look around real quickly, can't see a cart corral. So we just think, hey, it's a nice looking curb right there. Let me just put this cart right there and then I'll get out of here. How does that make you feel?
So we have several of those just like random curb things, whether they're like circular or square. It's just a brick, square, or circle, and then it's filled in with some rocks. Some of them have trees, some of them don't. I don't know why the ones without trees are even there. It doesn't make any sense to me. We do provide corrals throughout the entire parking lot. There are 20 corrals in that whole parking lot.
Really?
Yeah, I counted. There are 20 corrals. Actually, it might be 19. There's 10 on one side and I think 9 on the other side. So there is a good amount of corrals, and they go far back into the parking lot too. It's not just like they're all shoved at the front.
Yeah.
And they're spaced out well. And I'll see people take the cart, prop it up on its hind wheels, and then put the first 2 wheels into the curb.
Yeah.
And that doesn't really frustrate me as much. It frustrates me on the like thing of like, you took the time to put your groceries in the car, you went shopping, you did all that, and the cart corral is like an extra 5 steps away and you're not going to put it in there.
Yeah.
But I can understand that, at least you put it somewhere.
Yeah.
But the people that will take it and put it on all fours and just put it in the curb.
Oh, like all the way up.
Yeah,
over
all the way up on the curb.
Yeah.
And it's frustrating because
that's more effort than just walking to a cart curb.
Exactly. And I always talk about that with my coworkers. When we're together, I'm just like, it takes more effort to put it up on that than it is to just put it in a cart corral.
Right.
But I would say the most like not frustrating, it's like the middle between putting the 2 wheels in the curb and then leaving it in the thing like fully is just people that will just leave it in the middle of the parking lot.
Oh yeah.
Because like if they parked in the back of the parking lot and they leave their cart in the back of the parking lot, I can usually leave that for a while before I got to come grab it. But like if someone parked up close and they just leave it like right there, I'm just like, I have to grab that.
I have to go get that.
I have to get it because that's like a premium parking spot.
Yeah.
And I don't need them going in saying, because then that's an actual like complaint of someone not doing their job because I really wasn't doing my job. It's interesting with the carts. Most grocery stores you go to, Target, Walmart, Winco, trying to think of another big store. Go Sprouts.
Yeah, Sprouts. Good. Yeah.
Good pick.
Yeah.
They all have carts, but they have cart managers. So
that's like the machine.
It's the machine, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So you take one cart and you hook it on, and then you just start feeding it other carts, and it can push probably about 70 to 80 carts at one time. We don't have that. No Fry's does. And as far as I know, no Kroger store does.
Okay.
We have actual like hooks for the carts. And it's been this way the entire time. Like since they opened, when my dad used to work there, he said they had the exact same things. If
it ain't broke, right?
Yeah. I'm gonna have to disagree with you on that one. Believe me, I would love it if I came into work and like, hey guys, we have a cart manager now.
Yeah.
It would be so much better for everybody because then there wouldn't be as much like turmoil in the store because everyone hates going out to do carts.
Sure.
They hate it. They will find so many ways to avoid doing it.
To not do it, yeah.
But there's this hook that we use, and there's one side has the main hook. So you're supposed to get 6 carts together to make the stack. But the cart thing can stretch all the way to fit 10.
Okay.
So when it's closing and when there's not a lot of people around, I typically will push 10 because it's you got to get all the carts brought in.
Yeah.
So you get the carts together, and the very front cart, you hook the little hook on it, and then there's a lever that you push. And when you push on the lever, you can control the other hook that connects to the shopping cart handle at the end.
Oh, okay.
And then you can extend the handle as well.
Okay.
So like if I have 10 carts together, I push down the lever and extend the other hook all the way.
Okay. Is this like a hard piece of equipment, or is it like a stretchy?
It's stretchy when you pull down the lever. So then like there's
Okay.
the hook. There's like this big blue thing that holds the lever, and when you push it down, it's two ropes inside of.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of like a pulley, kind
Yeah.
of.
Okay.
So
Okay.
the handle and the hook are all connected to one rope. That's why
Gotcha.
when you pull the hook, the
Gotcha.
handle will slowly get shorter,
Yeah. Okay.
and vice versa.
You can like pull it both directions if it was all the way in.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
So then when I connect the hook to the shopping cart handle, I usually go in a diagonal shape because it makes it easier and less likely to snap. I then, if I have 10, the cart or the handle to connect or to tighten it up will be all the way at the end. So I grab it at the end and I grab onto the nearest shopping cart and then I just like pull. So
Okay.
it's like imagine Captain America
Yeah.
holding the helicopter,
Yeah.
except it's not a like 4-ton helicopter. They're shopping cart, but they are kind of heavy.
Yeah.
So you take the handle of the rope and then you take one of the shopping carts and you pull up like that and it starts going to a U shape, and then to get it a little bit tighter you grab onto the next set you can grab, and then you just keep stretching it until it's as tight as can be, and then you know it's not going to break on you.
Okay.
And then there are rare times where it's super busy towards the end of the night, and you can take more shopping carts. It's not really allowed, but you can take another shopping cart up on its hind legs and push it into the already stacked
Oh, okay. Yeah.
carts. So you can usually fit about 4 in there before they just start sagging. And then it gets really hard to push because then you're pushing like all these unroped carts with the roped cart.
What's your record for number of carts pushed at one time? Can you say?
22.
22.
22. It is extremely.
And it's made for 6.
Yeah. No, I pushed the 22 without a cart strap. Yeah.
Okay.
It's extremely difficult, especially because the part of our parking
You have to
lot.
have a spotter because, like, I imagine once you get that many carts, like,
Yeah.
it's squirrely on you pretty quick.
So we usually, when there's no one around and we do big cart stacks, we'll have someone on the front that's holding it. So you got to hold the first cart and then the second cart. So you kind of have your fingers like in the grills of the cart holding both of them. So then as the person is pushing, your slightest direction will then affect the entire cart. It's basically just how laws of motion work.
Yeah.
But then once you get to the corral, you can't fit it in all the way because it'll just start hitting the side of the cement.
Oh, right.
So we get it in as much as we can, and then we just immediately start just rushing to get the
Slinging carts into the.
yeah. Each person will grab like a stack of 6 on their own, and then just push that on its own to get it in there so it can get out of the street.
Okay.
So it's not like we do it and then just leave it in the road. No, we take it and we put it away. It's a more efficient way of getting things done sometimes than just pushing the 6.
How many carts? Do you know how many carts there are total at your store? Like if every cart was out in the parking lot, how long would it take to get them all back in?
Probably like 2 hours.
Really?
Yeah, because pushing the carts isn't that difficult. It's the repetition of it.
Sure.
So I go out there with that mindset of like, all right, every corral is full to the brim. Some have more than 10, some have 10. But it's like once my third 10 stack is done, I'm just like, oh my goodness, my legs.
Yeah.
Because on the home side, the pavement is like weird.
Okay.
So like there's 2 corrals in the back over by the fuel center. And when you start pushing it up, you realize, oh, I'm on an incline right now. So you're holding it, like pushing it high above, like the carts are like in the air, and you're just like fully down below, just like pushing with all your might, looking like I don't even like an athlete right now, just pushing these things. And the guy next to you is like, what in the world is he doing?
Yeah. Fight for my life out here.
Fight for my life. But that's why they put 2 people out there. It's broken up into home side and produce side.
Okay.
And then the middle median, there's a sidewalk that kind of separates it. That's how you know. Well, it is frustrating that a lot of the people won't follow the cart rules. They will try to avoid getting out of it, or they'll find spots in the parking lot that they can hide and try to get out of it.
Oh,
okay. That's why when I go in at like 4 or go in at 6, I'm usually out there all the time. Like there are times where I'll tell people, hey, if you want to stay in here, I'll take your cart shift for you.
Nice.
Because then I know I can get out there and get everything done.
Yeah.
But we have little carts too.
They're like little half size ones.
Yeah, there's a basket on the top and then a basket on the bottom.
Yeah.
Those are the worst.
Really?
Yeah.
They don't fit with the normal size ones.
No, they don't. And it's frustrating because there was a couple of days ago, actually, it happens all the time, where there's like 6 shopping carts and I see it from a distance and I see 2 other carts as well. And I'm like, oh cool, I can make a stack right here.
Yeah.
And then I go to it and I see there's a little cart in between the entire thing. And so I gotta have that internal battle. It's like, do I pull the 6 into the like front of the store, or do I just put it aside, move the little cart, and get the other 2 carts?
Yeah.
Most of the time, I'll just take the 6 and then come back for the other ones.
Yeah.
But the little carts don't like to cooperate. Even if you have just like as little as 3, they'll start just doing whatever they want. Like if you're just pushing it, one will just decide to run away. It's almost like the Lord put a mind in them and said, "Your only task,
I'm out of here.
your only task is to frustrate James today."
Yeah.
and everyone else too. We all dislike them very much. So towards the end of the night, around like 8 o'clock, if I'm closing, any little cart I see, I will just put in the furthest corral in the back.
Nice.
Because when people, for some reason, those people love the little carts.
Yeah.
I don't understand why.
I like the little carts, if I'm being honest with you.
The people that have the little carts are always the ones that get too much. And then they joke with me, oh, looks like I bought too much, as they're like meat
Like,
is
no, you just chose the small cart.
Like,
it's a normal amount of stuff.
their meat is like falling out of the cart, and I'm
Yeah.
having to like prop it up. I'm like playing Jenga with things that aren't supposed to stack.
Yeah.
But no, it's usually towards like 8 or 8:30. I'll start putting them in the back
Okay.
of the corrals, and because the big carts are easier to collect, and they also don't have a mind of their own. I think it's just how the carts are
Yeah.
that just makes them want to run away.
Yeah.
But with the cart strap all the way extended, you can get 14 of those little carts together.
Oh, okay.
And it was really shocking to see that you could only fit 4 more of the little carts in comparison to 10 big carts.
Yeah.
I thought you could fit, because I tried it at first like 20.
Yeah.
I'm like, it has to be at least like 10 more.
Yeah.
No, it
You
wasn't.
would think so if you can do 10 and these are all half the size.
Yeah. But the thing is, when you get the 14 stack of the little carts, you can't then prop up the other little carts into them, because it'll just, for some reason, it doesn't like that. And
Yeah.
it'll literally snap back at you and everything will just fly.
Ah.
It's outrageous.
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy. Okay, so I think you've probably kind of woven it through some of your descriptions here, but go ahead and run through like a perfect day scenario and then a nightmare day at the grocery store.
So typically my perfect day starts at 6 p.m. But we're going to run it through a 4 p.m. start, because right now I'm still on that. I'm not full time yet, but I will be starting to do that. So my part time, the latest or the earliest I'll start to then close is 4 to 10.
Okay.
So a perfect day would come in and see that the parking lot is already primarily empty with the carts. When I come in, I usually park in the back of the parking lot because the big spots up to the store are the primary spots. I don't want to take that away from someone.
Sure. Yeah.
But yeah, I like to see that most of the corrals are empty or only have 1 to 2 carts in them. And then when I walk in, a big factor in a good day or a bad day is the manager that's working.
Okay.
And this is where we're not going to name drop.
Sure.
But there, in every workplace, there's going to be some managers that you don't like to see.
Yeah.
And then associates as well, or my coworkers. There are a couple people that when I see them, I'm like, yeah, I know that not a lot's going to get done today.
Yeah.
And they're the ones that will take more effort to not do anything than to actually do something. And I tell them it's like, it's easier if you just did something.
If you just did it.
You're taking more time to not do something than if you were to just actually do what you're supposed to do. And then I guess another aspect of a perfect day would be, it's not overly busy, but it's still busy enough to the point where I'm not checking my watch every 5 seconds.
It's steady. Yeah.
Wondering, when can I go home?
Right.
Since I'm not typically maintenance, I'm not going to label maintenance as a perfect day.
Okay.
Since I only really started doing that in August, and I've been working there since April.
Okay. Yeah. Sure.
But yeah, the perfect day isn't really as complex as others. It really just depends on who's working and then how the parking lot looks. But I don't really like to let the job or what I'm walking into depict how my attitude is going to be.
Okay. Yeah.
I've definitely chilled out over the months working there. Like I used to get on everyone's case about doing their job, and it was another courtesy clerk talked to me. It's like, you just gotta be mellow with it. You just gotta you got to know in your mind what you got to do, but then don't keep bugging them like that. So
Yeah.
so now it's like I go in, I'm just chill. I do what I'm supposed to do when I'm supposed to do it, and that works out 90% of the time. I still get a lot of people that don't like me, but
Sure.
you're gonna have that everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah. You can't get away from it.
I really do like doing damages. So when they pick me to do that, they'll always pick someone that doesn't look like they're doing a whole lot.
Okay. So you're having to find that balance of like, I want to get my stuff done, but I also want to kind of
doing
get picked.
doing damages is really fun. Just because you get to go to all the other departments and you get to see what they're up to,
Yeah.
and then if the right people are working, you get a little chat with them every
Sure.
now and then, and it's always nice to get closer with your employees, or not employees. I'm not their manager. Your coworkers.
Yeah, yeah.
I keep making that mistake of calling them employees.
Yeah,
My
and
mom's
like, slow down, buddy.
and my mom's like, dude, you're like you're not even like a manager. All right, you need to chill out. A nightmare day would probably be last Saturday.
Okay.
That was an awful day. I wasn't even closing that day. I'm sorry, it was Sunday. It was right after church. I go in. I work a 1 to 7. I kid you not, Josiah. There were 4 registers open, and the registers usually will like perfectly line up with an aisle. There were lines down the aisles on every single register.
Oh my gosh.
And
is it that pre-Halloween rush?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
And then it was also Sunday too. And I work over by Seville, and I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, man, it's Sunday, so the Mormons are supposed to be at home.
Right.
Go, what are they doing? But a lot of them were moms getting ready for school.
Okay. Yeah.
And registers 7 and 8, their belts, like not the ones that the customers put their stuff on, but the one that directs the groceries to me, constantly breaks.
Okay.
So like you push the button and it just won't respond to that click. So then I have to go around the corner because the cashiers have a bagging area right there. They have like one little thing with the bags.
Yeah.
And I have to then stand very awkwardly close to them.
Like reach around them and grab the stuff and put it in the bag.
They put it right on the belt, and then I reach next to them, grab it, and I'm working with only one set of bags. I can usually work with 2 at a time, but I only have 1 now. So I'm bagging one things at a time, and I have to put it on the belt. So then the rest of the belt is just filled with groceries.
Yeah.
And at that time, the customer will usually not air quotes, extended usually will give me their shopping cart to put the groceries in, but some of them don't, and I'm just stacked up with groceries.
With all these grocery bags, you're like,
yeah,
wow.
I'm holding them, and I'm like, I'm ready for your cart, and the guy's just like, no. They'll put their cart up at the front where I like them to go, but if I'm working next to the cashier, I can't reach their shopping cart.
Yeah.
And so if they give me their shopping cart, I'm fast enough to get everything loaded up by the time they get their receipt, so then they can be right on their way.
Yeah.
But by the time they get their receipt, I'm back in the last grocery bag, and then I still have all of these groceries to start putting into the cart.
Put in the cart. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was the case.
All these little minor inconveniences, just like stack.
And so that was the case on Sunday. I was on 7. And the belt stopped working, and I was doing that for about an hour and a half with the lines not calming down at all.
Oh my gosh!
But it made up for the people that were there. Most of the times when it's busy is when the people get cranky.
Sure.
And then they wonder, they're like, "Man, why is it so busy in here right now?" It's like, well, why are you here right now?
Right.
Hey, you're getting batteries and soap.
Yeah.
You could have gotten that at the gas station.
Yeah.
But some of the people are really nice. It's that area, that community is the type of people that like to use your first name when speaking to you. So when they walk away, I don't mind it, but it always gives me that little jump scare because it's like, how do you know my name? It's like, oh, it's right there.
It's on your,
they're like, have a great day, James, and I'm like, hey, you too, man.
Yeah.
I want to ask.
Thanks.
I want to ask one person, what's your name? Let's act like we know each other.
Right.
I actually ran into this pretty cool guy one time. His name was Jason Huff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he showed up at my work. He was getting ready to meet with some people. I think it was April, May. I think it was June or July. Might have been July. And he's walking down the register, and he he kind of like bumps me with his shopping cart, and I turn around, and I was already not having a good day. So I'm like, all right, who just hit me with their shopping cart?
Yeah.
And I turn around and I'm like, oh, pastor, hey, what are you doing here? And he goes, oh, I'm just meeting people for lunch.
Nice.
But it's very rare that I see people that I actually know because I'm
Uh-huh.
so far out. I'm like a 30-minute drive from my house to the store.
Sure. Yeah.
But a nightmare day, or yeah, we're on the nightmare day.
Yeah.
Also consists of who's working as well.
Okay. Yeah.
If I walk in and I see a bunch of the people that I know, like there are a couple people that when they're working together, they're just going to be talking the entire time.
Oh yeah.
And then when I look at the cart schedule and then I see that they're on carts together coming up in like an hour, I'm just like, all
Yeah,
right.
this is gonna take forever.
I'm like, this
Yeah.
is going to take forever.
Yeah.
I would say when there's a lot of go backs to do.
Okay.
Go backs are the most frustrating because the courtesy clerks don't always get the zebras to scan the stuff. We only get it if we really don't know where something is because we are encouraged to know exactly where
Memorize it.
everything is.
Sure. Yeah.
So it's frustrating when like they're overflowing and one of my managers will give me like 5 or 6 baskets to do.
Mm-hmm.
And then 15 minutes later, call me up and say that I've been gone for too long. And then they ask why the baskets are still full. And I'm like, well,
I have a zebra. I don't know where this.
yeah.
went.
And most of the stuff is labeled or is put in the wrong basket anyway. And then it's also a matter if it's really busy too. I can't get around a lot of the people, and a lot of the people have questions, and they're like, where's the soap? And we're on aisle 4, and soap is all the way on 52. So I got to walk them all the way to the end of the store because Fry's has secret shoppers, and they come in. They're usually sending 3 people at different times every quarter, and a quarter lasts about 4 months.
Sure. Yeah.
And they'll send in someone to the store that is there to make sure we're doing what we're supposed to.
Yeah.
And it's in our handbook that when somebody asks us where something is, we're not supposed to tell them where it is. We're supposed to walk them to it.
Yep. Yep.
So I've now picked up the habit of walking the people to it because the last thing I need is to have a secret shop while I'm working.
Yeah.
So yeah, that takes up a good chunk because I'm all the way on the bread, and you got to walk all the way down to the soap.
Yeah.
And then I get called back up, and I still have like 3 baskets full. And they're like, well, what were you doing?
What are you doing, man?
I was like, okay, well, first off, these things are like
Might have
hard.
been a secret shopper.
Yeah, there's like I might have been secret shopped, but some of these items are pretty difficult to find too, and it's like a lot of them are labeled as where they're supposed to go. I guess I would also say micromanaging. That's not. It happens a lot with certain managers. But I would say part of the nightmare day would be just like micromanaging everything. Like there are times where I'll go.
Feel like they're just like looking over your shoulder while you're doing everything.
Yeah, like and it's no disrespect to the managers because I do work with a lot of people who do need to be micromanaged. But I made it a point when I first got there to show that the first couple of weeks I may need to be shown a few times, but like my dad, I pick up very quickly, and then I have that repetition of how it needs to get done and why it needs to get done.
Yeah.
So I know why I'm doing it.
Right.
So like I'll get told to do something, and then they'll give me like a play-by-play of how it's supposed to get done. And I'm just like, I know how to do that. Like you showed me, you literally showed me my second week here how to do all this. Nightmare day would also include Sunday. We were out of ice. We have 3 big.
Just another thing.
We have 3 big coolers of ice. The ready ice. That's not a Fry's thing. That's an everywhere thing. I know Walmart sells them.
Yeah.
We were out completely. The ice machine is terrible at making the ice. It's supposed to make the ice, bag it, clip it, seal it, put it on a little conveyor, move it all the way to the side, and then drop it.
Yeah.
And then once it sees that it's like full, the sensor sees that it's full, it'll then just move it and move it and move it until it's completely full all the way. And it doesn't do that. It'll bag half ice. It'll not clip it correctly. It won't seal it at all. So it'll just drop and then the ice will just spill everywhere. But the ready ice people will bring in this huge pallet of like 500 bags of ice that we can use.
Okay.
We were out of that.
Wow.
Yeah. So the times that the ice does work, we sold out of that. And then we sold out of the ice that's already prepackaged in the back.
Wow.
And so we started directing people to the fuel center because they have 16-pound bags over there.
Yeah.
And like an hour later, the fuel people called. We're out of ice. We're out of ice. So we had to put up big signs, and some of the cashiers didn't realize we were out of ice. So then people keep coming up to me and they go,
ice and
yeah, they're coming up to me and they're like, hey, do you guys have any ice? And I'm like, no. And they're like, oh, well, that guy sold me ice.
Mm.
And I'm like,
He shouldn't have done
I
that.
said, take your receipt to customer service. You can get a refund.
Yeah, yeah.
No propane tanks either. Propane has to be exchanged with an adult.
Okay.
So that's me. I'm usually the adult that always does it.
Mm-hmm.
There's 3 giant things of propane tanks, and it's Blue Rhino.
Yeah.
But we'll take any propane tank
Oh,
in
okay.
exchange.
Oh, okay.
I think you can also just drop off the propane tanks, and if you don't want another one, you can just drop it off and leave it. I'm not 100% sure on that though.
Yeah.
So I went to this guy had 4 propane tanks. So I open up the first one, and usually if it's full, it'll have a blue knob on it that
Yeah.
you got to take off. I open the first one, no blue knobs. Open the second one because this was a big guy. This is not the kind of guy I wanted to tell we didn't have propane.
Yeah.
He looked like he was
grilling that afternoon.
Looked like he was already frustrated. It's
Yeah.
Sunday and he's at Fry's and he was probably getting ready to watch the game. And if he was watching the Cardinals, he was probably already even more upset.
Right.
Coming from a Cardinals fan.
Yeah.
And so this is not the kind of guy I want to say we don't have propane.
Right.
So I opened the second one. No blue.
Oh gosh.
And I'm like, oh my goodness. So I opened the third one. I'm praying to the Lord. I'm like, Lord, please let there be some propane in here. And there were 4 tanks with blue.
Oh my gosh.
But the one with blue was like empty. And I'm like, how is this on here? So I'm picking up the other ones like half. And I'm like, all right, this one is pretty full. And so I go inside after I get this guy's tanks and I put them in. And I'm like, we're out of propane.
Yeah.
I'm like, I said, unless we want to start going out there and seeing if the ones without the blue have some heft to them.
Yeah.
I go, but if not, I go, we need a label that we're out of propane.
Yeah.
And so that just added.
Just one more thing.
It just added
Yeah.
to it. Yeah. I don't know how maintenance was that day. I can assume it was probably busy.
Yeah.
Pushing that big broom while it's busy is so frustrating.
Yeah, because you're like, excuse me.
And what's the worst is when I'm pushing down an aisle, I know for a fact that some of those people see that broom coming.
Right.
Because I'm
like,
the only one carrying that. It's not like the guy behind me in the shorts and the polo is pushing that. No, it's me in the work vest.
Right.
And so they're looking, and then I come up to them and I'm like, "Excuse me," like, "Oh, I didn't even see you."
Oh gosh.
Is it really that hard to like just get to the side a little bit?
Right.
But yeah, Sunday was a rough day. That was a long day. It was a 6 hour that felt like a 12 hour.
Yeah.
I labeled it to one of my managers as the day that felt like it was 4 weeks long.
Yeah.
It never ended. And there was a night, I want to say like 2 weeks ago, I was working a 4 to 10 and it was so busy. And at 8, everybody left. And at 8, usually the carts are starting to be a little more calm.
Yeah.
That was not the case. Like most of the corrals in the back at 8 will be empty.
Yeah.
That was not the case. They were full all the way up into the back.
So you're like, I have an hour of cart pushing to do.
Yeah. So 8:30 came around and I go inside of one of my managers and I'm like, hey, I said, there are a lot of carts out there. I go, no one's here. I go, is there anyone that's in here working that would be willing to help me out?
Yeah.
And Daniel, shout out Daniel. He works self-checkout and occasionally register.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, it's a nice day outside. I said, I'll push some carts with him. And I'm like, dude, thank you.
You're the best.
I'm like, dude, you are awesome.
Daniel rules.
Daniel does rule. Shout out Daniel. Huge shout out right there. Thank you,
Huge
Daniel. So yeah, I was basically his boss for a little bit. I was like, all right, you stay on this side. I go, if it's empty, I said, stay out here. I said, grab the loose carts. Because it's usually when it's calm, I'll stay out there from 8 to 9 or 8 to 10 all the way.
Oh, okay.
And then just collect the loose carts as they come. Because I don't want to see them stack up. So like, if I see like 3 people come out, I'll go around. I'm like, hey, I'll take your cart. And then I'll start my own little stack and then push that in.
There you go.
And then go back out and do the same thing. And it kills a lot of time. And it's also showing that you're having that worker customer relationship where it's like I'm personally coming up to you and grabbing your cart.
Yeah.
And a lot of people like that.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I totally forgot. My first close was a pretty rough day.
Yeah.
This is still the nightmare day. I love my job, but there are sometimes more nightmare days than perfect days, especially when you're working in public service.
Sure.
My last job too, Old Navy had that too. There were days where I was just like ready to just leave forever.
It's like people are the worst.
Yeah, especially with their clothes too. They just left them everywhere. But no. That's not when we're here. If I still had that job, that'd be fun to talk about.
Yeah.
But it was my first close, and we had this one manager, front end manager. He's not there anymore. He got transferred. Nothing bad. He's just as an assistant front end
We
manager.
lost him.
Yeah, we lost him. See you, dude.
Yeah.
As an assistant front end manager, you can be moved at any time.
Okay.
But they won't move you. Like, they won't take one of my managers from Santan and put him in like Phoenix.
Sure.
No, they'll look at what needs a manager and then see if they fit that qualification. But it's pretty rare.
Yeah.
So this manager's not here anymore, and I was closing. This is my first close. I'm not really knowing what to go in with. My parents told me to just have fun with it.
Yeah.
And then they lied. Shout out mom and dad. You guys are great. You guys are awesome, but you lied. It was not a fun close at all. I think I was a 5 to 10 that day.
Uh-huh.
And we will have these big store walks the next day. And it was like a big walk. Our previous store manager, Jim, at the time, I didn't know, but I know now, was up for a promotion, and he received it. He is now the head of the meat department of all the stores, of all the fries in Arizona.
Okay.
So he's the one that's in charge of driving around to the other stores, seeing if they're keeping up with what they're doing, and making sure everything's going according to plan.
Yeah.
But apparently, that big store walk we were having that day I was working was to see how Jim is running the store and if he should be up for that promotion to like another level.
Oh, okay.
And safe to say that walk went well because he got that promotion.
Yeah.
And so I'm bagging, and there's these big jars of marinara sauce. I think it's Rose brand. It's RAO''S.
Yeah. Okay.
We sell a lot of those. People love that sauce.
Yeah. It's good sauce.
And this guy is buying like 5 of them.
Uh-huh.
And he's got a lot of pasta. He must either really like pasta or he's having
a party.
Pasta party.
Pasta party.
Everybody loves a pasta party.
Yeah.
That's really good. We should do that.
We should do that.
Anyway, I'm a little overstimulated.
Uh-huh.
I'm not really one to get overstimulated quickly, but everyone eventually will.
Sure.
So I'm stressed out. It's my first close. I'm supposed to be outside, but I'm not because we're really busy. I'm really overstimulated, and I lose focus on the jars, and I'm focusing on the cans, like what's right in front of me. And the person, usually the cashiers are supposed to look at how the bagger is doing and then stop the belt.
Okay.
Like Logan, shout out Logan.
Shout out Logan.
If he sees the belt is getting real busy, he'll actually stop it and then start stacking the stuff.
Okay.
And then when it gets a little clear, he'll move stuff so it doesn't fall, and then he'll push it, and it'll come down to me.
Okay.
And then if there's like a free moment where he's not doing anything, he'll actually help me bag and hand me bags.
Nice.
So huge shout out, Logan. I love when
Logan's the man.
I love when the cashiers help me out. Joshua does that too, my assistant front end manager.
Okay.
So big shout out, Josh.
Shout out, Josh.
He's awesome. But I lose focus on those jars, and the cashier didn't realize it, and they send down. I'm just gonna use the neutral to not, so no one thinks I'm throwing them out there.
Yeah.
So they're sending down these like big 12 packs of soda, and it's pushing everything, and I don't realize it. It's pushing everything, and the next thing I know, 2 jars of the marinara sauce fall onto the ground. I tried to save one, and it fell out of my hands. And it breaks. It lands right on the lid and then just shatters, and the other one falls right on its side.
This is your first day?
No, it was my first close.
First close, yeah.
Which ironically was my 4th day working there.
Okay,
so
yeah.
I was,
not even a weekend, and you're like, ugh,
and
not the sauce.
And the manager that's there, he just gets so mad. He's so mad.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. Like, I didn't mean to do that.
Yeah.
I'm like, it was a total accident. And I'm like, because the training taught us how to deal with spills, but it was like minor things like water.
Yeah.
Maintenance was the one that was really trained on,
if it's 2 jars of marinara sauce.
Yeah, like liquid spills, heavy liquid spills.
Yeah.
Like when I did maintenance, I was taught how to clean up milk with the Kaivac, or like if corn spilt with like the plastic ones that come in the thing that you open.
Oh yeah.
The lunch style ones, those ones. I was taught how to like clean up the corn and then clean up the leftover like water remains.
Yeah.
But this is my 4th day.
Right.
It's in April. I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So I call over the manager and I'm like, I'm really sorry. I said, if you just tell me how to clean this up, I can get this cleaned up super quickly.
Yeah.
And he looks at me and he goes, no, I'll do it. And he goes, I really just don't have time for this right now. I really can't be doing this right now. He's like, we have this really big store walk tomorrow. It's a lot right now. And I'm like, if you just told me how to clean it up, I said
I'll just do it.
I would have totally done it.
Yeah.
But it was one of those things I learned later once he left that was like his way of like kind of like joking around.
Oh, nice.
And it was one of the other managers I was talking to. It was like, that's why I like you as a manager, because you tell it how it is. You don't try to like play things off as a joke.
Right.
Because if it was another associate courtesy clerk doing it with me, I would have thought it was funny because I knew they were joking. But when it's a manager and they put on that serious tone for a minute, that's when I know, I'm like, all right, I need to lock in.
Yeah.
I need to pay attention to what they're telling me.
Especially 4 days in, you don't know them yet.
Yeah. And he, like, the manager that's gone, he would always like jokingly say you did something wrong, but you could never really tell
if he was kidding.
Yeah,
or not.
and he had that like kind of sass to him too, where it's just like, are you joking? Are you not joking?
Yeah.
I think it was the following week. We have these big mats in front of the store, or not in front of the store, in front of the ice. And at the end of the night, we have to fold them in 3. So we fold it once, and then we fold it again, and then we have to put them in the shopping cart. And then we have to take the mats that the cashiers stand on and put them in the same cart. So that way, when the overnight maintenance people come in, they can sweep and clean, and it's their job to replace the mats down.
Yeah.
The first time I was there, and they had me pick up the mats, I don't remember how I folded it. But I now fold it in thirds, and I just, kind of like hunch over and pick it up. It's like a really awkward position.
Yeah.
And I go to put it in the cart, and the manager looks at me, the one that's gone, and he goes, that's not the right way to fold them. And so I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh, I said, how do you want me to do it?
Yeah.
And one of the other managers looks over at me, and he goes, it's totally okay. He goes, it's not really a big deal.
Yeah.
And he goes, he was just joking. And I was like, I can't tell.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know when you're joking and when you're not.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's really what nightmare days look like. It's just kind of like a day where everything just suddenly goes wrong.
Yeah.
And it's like
all those little things.
Yeah.
String together. What do you? So we're kind of getting short on time here. How do you? I know, obviously, you're still pretty young. So job related or not job related, tell me what gets you out of bed in the morning.
I'm going to go the Thomas route and go, are we talking spiritually or are we talking just
either
in
way?
general?
Either way, then just let it rip. What's like your primary motivation when you get up? Like, why do you keep doing it?
I guess really because I'm just grateful to have the job.
Okay.
I complain about it a lot.
Sure.
It's tedious. It's frustrating. It's repetitive. The people are rude. But it's just that fact that, I'm doing something. I'm helping out in the world. I'm part of the working class now.
Yeah.
A paycheck is also nice too.
Sure.
It is. I don't mean to say that I'm, lover of money in the while we're in the church. But yeah, that paycheck Thursdays is nice. And then I would say also that I'm making my parents proud. My parents did not want me to work at Fry's, but now me, my mom, and my dad have all worked at Fry's. And I go, I guess it's just the Lemings thing to do.
Yeah,
I go, my kids will work at Fry's. I'll make them.
They have no choice.
They don't. No, they do not have a choice. But yeah, I'm just. Even when I worked at Old Navy too, I was just glad to be making money and then making my parents proud. Seeing that I go to work and I have a job, I know that makes them happy, and it makes them a little sad too.
Sure.
But I also do it above all for God.
Yeah.
It's all for Him. He put that out for me. He gave me that job, even though it was given to me by my mom. Shout out mom.
Shout out mom.
It was God that put that all in place. So
yeah,
that's why I do it. That's why I do it, yeah.
Yeah, awesome, cool. Well, that's James Lemings, front-end courtesy clerk at Fry's grocery store, Kroger family.
Kroger family of stores.
How many, real bonus question, this one's for free, how many grocery store names in the Kroger family can you name?
So there's Fry's, Kroger, Fred Meyer's, Dillon's, Ralph's,
King Supers. Is that one?
Yeah, that is
King
one.
Supers, yeah.
Shout out Josiah on that one.
Hey.
Yeah, King Supers. Used to be Fry's Electronics. A little history right there. They're gone.
Was that a part of the Fry's grocery?
I'm pretty sure it was.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
I'm pretty sure. I think that's as much as I can go. Those are like the really big ones that are out.
I don't know how
east
many
more.
there are. I don't know the answer.
There's 25 across
25?
25 different ones. There was going to be 26 a couple years back. Kroger tried to purchase Albertsons,
Yeah.
whose parent company is with Safeway, but a judge ruled it a monopoly.
Interesting.
Because Albertsons is so big. Because like Fry's and Kroger are, I would say, probably the two biggest of all the ones that Kroger owns. And so it was going to be like a multi-billion-dollar deal. And the judge ruled, it's too much of a monopoly. We can't have that. You already own like 25 grocery stores.
Yeah.
Because Kroger didn't start Fry's. Fry's was started by Donald Fry in the 50s.
Okay.
And then later in the 80s, he sold he sold to Kroger. I'm pretty sure it was the 80s.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's 25 stores across 32 states.
Okay.
So yeah, some states don't even know what Kroger is. Like Florida has Publix.
Yeah.
That's another big grocery store. They're basically like Fry's.
Yeah.
And they're kind of like Walmart. It's kind of like the in-between. But yeah, 25 stores.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, that one was for free. But that James Lemings, front end courtesy clerk at Fry's grocery store, part of the Kroger family. Thank you for coming on. I appreciate you.
You're welcome. Thank you so much.